National Assembly Speaker Thoko Didisa has turned down a request by Vuyiswa Ngula and his African Transformation Movement to introduce a motion of no confidence against President Cyril Ramaphosa, citing procedural constraints and ongoing parliamentary processes linked to the Phala-Phala matter. The decision follows renewed parliamentary tension after both the ATM and the Umkhonto weSizwe Party sought to rely on Section 102 of the Constitution in the wake of Constitutional Court ruling that declared aspects of Parliament's previous handling of the Phala-Phala report unconstitutional and invalid. The Apex Court had earlier directed that the Section 89 Independent Panel report be referred back to the Parliament's Impeachment Committee for a full inquiry, effectively reopening parliamentary scrutiny into the allegations surrounding the alleged theft of foreign currency at Ramaphosa's Limpopo farm in 2020. In her response, Didisa said Parliament is already seized with the matter and that introducing a motion of no confidence at the stage would be procedurally inappropriate. She pointed to Assembly Rule 129, which requires that such motions be properly substantiated and processed in line with established parliamentary procedures, including prior consultation with the leader of government, business, and the chief whip. She further argued that the grounds cited by the opposition parties overlap with issues already under consideration by the impeachment inquiry, which has been established following the Concord Directive, and said this process is currently underway, adding that parliamentary rules prohibit preempting ongoing proceedings through parallel mechanisms. The MK party has also pushed for any potential vote of no confidence to be conducted via secret ballot, arguing that MPs may otherwise face internal political pressure. Meanwhile, the ATM expanded its request to include the removal of the entire cabinet, claiming that the current executive leadership has lost public legitimacy. At the heart of the dispute remains the long-running Phala-Phala controversy, involving allegations that approximately $580,000 in foreign currency was stolen from Ramaphosa's farm and concealed in furniture. A panel led by former Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo previously concluded that the president had unanswered questions regarding the incident, prompting calls from opposition parties for impeachment processes. Ramaphosa has consistently denied any wrongdoing, insisting that the panel's findings were flawed. He also rejected calls to resign and has confirmed that he intends to challenge the report through judicial review, escalating the legal battle alongside the parliamentary process. With the impeachment committee now formally engaged and legal proceedings still unfolding, the Phala-Phala saga remains firmly at the center of South Africa's political and constitutional discourse as Parliament balances judicial directives with opposition pressure for decisive action. Meanwhile, political parties have until May 22 to submit the names of members of Parliament who will serve on Parliament's impeachment committee investigating President Ramaphosa over Phala-Phala scandal. However, members of Parliament have warned that the inquiry risks being dragged out for months before any evidence is heard. National Assembly Speaker Thoko Didisa has officially established a 31-member committee that will reconsider evidence linked to the theft of a foreign currency from Ramaphosa's Phala-Phala farm and decide whether the president is fit to hold office. Despite pressure to move quickly, members of parliament say parliament is now trapped in arguments over rules, procedures and legal processes. A parliamentary rules subcommittee received legal advice from Advocate Andre Breitenberg, who warned members of parliament they did not have the luxury of time. However, he also outlined a long list of procedural issues that must first be resolved before the inquiry can begin. Among the issues still under discussion are whether the committee should appoint an evidence leader, how witnesses will be selected and questioned, what format the hearings will take, and how the public participation will be included. The legal and procedural uncertainty has already triggered frustration inside Parliament. MK Party member Mzwaneli Manyi warned that the process could effectively collapse under delays and said it means that nothing is going to happen for the rest of the year. Rice Mzansi, Member of Parliament Makashule Ghana said Parliament risked wasting months on the debating process instead of dealing with the allegations against the president. Ghana said they could spend 3 to 6 months just on the process. The DA parliamentary leader, George Makalakis, said delays will damage Parliament's credibility and fuel public distrust, and said I will be dead by the time this impeachment hearing happens. Political parties are expected to submit proposed rules for the inquiry by Tuesday, while the Rules Subcommittee is scheduled to meet next Friday again. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.